Who wants to go first?
Me. Many players love farming experience, especially at the start of a new season. Events like Radiation Rumble and Eviction Notice are noticeably more popular than others. Will this be considered in the development of future events?
Yeah, so I think what we're always looking to do is to go back to like existing content and find ways to make it more appealing or whatnot. So always looking for small ways with each patch to improve the game that's already there. Like you saw me mention with the Gleaming Depths, we actually have rendering improvements going in across the whole game as well. So always looking for ways to do that. Events, improving rewards, improving the experience of those events is certainly always taken into consideration. And for future events that we make, we want to make them to be appealing in some ways, but not like, oh, that's the only one I want to do.
Yeah, like Radiation Rumble.
Yes, exactly, yeah.
Okay, most players don't want to miss the benefits of unyielding. Will the Ghoul become a serious alternative for bloodied builds?
Yes, so what the Ghoul does, so going back to kind of like the reason we wanted to put ghouls in to begin with, it's a feature we talked about for a really long time. This is kind of a long answer, but it's a feature we talked about for a really long time, and we were really looking for a reason to bring it in, right? And so putting in true in-game content like Gleaming Depths, we're expected to have like a full group of at least level 200s-ish. Seemed like a good reason to bring the Ghoul in as a way to offer alternate ways to play through the end game. So players are going to see, hey, this is a lot different than humans. It's going to open up dozens of new ways to play through the game that are distinct from humans. And conversely, it's also going to make a lot of different ways to play humans pop up that maybe people hadn't thought about before. So to answer your question, yes.
Yeah, okay,
Absolutely.
Perfect. Next one is, are there any plans to move Gunslinger or Guerrilla or both perk cards from agility to perception to make pistol builds more playable?
We are always looking for ways to make pistol builds more viable. We have a lot of perk adjustments going in to like in between Gleaming Depths and Ghoul. Because pistols get kind of underutilized, so always looking for ways to improve that.
You need the place under agility for other cards, and so you have to decide, for example, Adrenaline or Gunslinger, and that's
Yeah. One way that we're addressing a lot of cards like that is make them, instead of having like the rank 1, rank 2, rank 3, rank 4, make it so that they are more dependent on the stat itself. It's just one rank.
Okay. All-time classic, I guess. The community has been asking for more camp budget and storage capacity for years. What is the reason for the limitation? Is it a server thing, or what is? Yeah.
Server performance. We're looking for ways to increase that, right? Perhaps going back through like all the camp items in the game now, doing an audit, making sure that the values are correct or up to date, or fine-tuning those could kind of unlock a bit more budget, or it might do the opposite.
Yeah.
But we're looking for ways to do that. It's a server issue.
Next one, are there any plans to leave last-gen consoles behind? Maybe it's also a part of limitation.
No, we support our last gen players, so no plans to leave them.
Okay. Many players shorten the start preparations for nukes, for example, through the famous mining glitch to get in the last room. Would it be possible to use the silo exit as an entrance after playing through the silo once regularly? So the players don't have to cheat through the silos anymore. That would be great.
Well, what I'd like to do is fix the cheat. I like the experience of going through and dropping a nuke, but it's a bit involved, right? We have those on cooldowns too, so even if we made it so that it was quicker, people would still be waiting for those cooldowns anyhow.
Yeah.
I think for me it would just be getting rid of the going through the door.
Yeah.
Or find ways to make them harder. you know?
Yeah, but it's disappointing if you have to go like 10, 15, 20 minutes through the silo and the boss event, yeah, it's just 2 minutes event. So
that's a great problem to have, that there's so much stuff to do in 76 that you're afraid of missing out.
yeah, okay. Just a second. Speaking of camp building, are there any plans to clean up or reorganize the building menu? For example, by grouping wall sets together, a search function would be also helpful.
Yes, to all the above.
Okay, perfect. What happened to the walls that could be wallpapered on both sides?
We never had those in double-sided walls. People would have to merge walls.
Yeah. But I remember there was a time where the developers said that they would implement walls that could be wallpapered on both sides, but they never appeared in the game.
We had that. Wow, that's a long time ago.
Yeah.
We had looked into it, and I remember, like, despite as simple as it sounds, it was actually a huge technical lift. We still get requests for that, and it doesn't mean that we're never going to do it. It just means that we would have to find the time.
Okay.
But yeah, as a builder myself, I would want that.
Okay. It would be great if we could build sinks for bathrooms in our shelters, even if they have no functions. Because if we build vaults with no bathrooms, yeah.
And same for any other resource generators too. We're actually working on a way to make it so that you're able to place those in your shelter without breaking the rules of being able to generate resources.
Topic best builds. It would be great if we could give star ratings instead of likes. Was that ever a consideration?
It was something we had talked about, but we decided to go with the likes. We have future plans for best builds that will maybe change your opinion down the road. What we've offered so far is kind of like a really solid first step to a much bigger feature. But stay tuned to hear more info on that down the road.
Okay, so a very critical question. In addition to adventure mode, there have been several other game modes. First Survival, then Nuclear Winter, and most recently Worlds. Is Worlds more popular now than Nuclear Winter was at the time?
I would say so, yes.
Yeah? Okay, wow, crazy. Years ago, I heard a rumor that an underground mole miner city similar to Blackreach and Skyrim was planned. The entrance was supposed to be in the basement of the Rusty Pig. Was something like that ever planned, and could something similar be considered for future story updates?
You wouldn't want me to spoil it. So I'll give you a possibly, maybe.
Okay.
I know mole miners are a really popular class in the game. The thing with mole miners is what we try to do with them is kind of treat them. I think the less you know about them, the cooler they are, right? Kind of like Boba Fett from Star Wars.
Yeah. Okay.
And so we don't want to lose the mystery, but we also don't want to lose any story potential. So it's kind of a balancing act.
Okay. Then would a Wild Wasteland 2 update be conceivable, bringing more cryptids to Appalachia? I would love to see an NPC who wants to set up a Jurassic Park for cryptids.
I think that'd be cool.
Yeah.
I'd love to get Bigfoot in the game. I think that would be awesome.
Or Veggie Man. Or
Veggie Man, yeah. There you go.
Technical thing, as a streamer, I'd like to play with my community. Private worlds for 24 players would be very helpful for this. Could this be made possible, for example, if 3 Fallout First subscribers are on the same private world? It's a technical thing, I guess.
That's a good question. Possibly, I know that's something that we've discussed in the past, but I wouldn't really be able to give a solid answer on that.
Okay. And I'd like to end with 2 compliments. First, we love the new raids. Please don't make it any easier. It's perfect. It's the shit. It's crazy. Second, the community feels heard like never before. Keep it up.
Great. Thank you very much. Good questions.